Welcome to the Bothering Strangers podcast. I have a very interesting guest today. My guest today, he is a barber to the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the XFL, when that was a thing, and more. My guest today is Barber562. How's it going, man?
How you doing, boss? How you doing? Great.
I'm
You
doing.
know,
I'm happy. I'm happy you're here because
yeah, I'm good.
like we were talking about before. Like I find that I always find it so interesting how like people like you barbers go into like cutting all these celebrities' hair.
Mm.
So you've been cutting for a while, but like what kind of led you into becoming like one of the guys who cuts all these guys' hair, all these LA athletes' hair, like Clippers, Chargers, all these guys, and other athletes when they come to LA? How did you get into that?
I have I've had one client. He used to play for the Giants, and he's retired now. But it just started with one person. I went to his house. He used to just ask if I could cut a friend. It happened to be Leon McFadden, the DB for the Cowboys. Um,
Oh yeah.
I went to the this is the only this in the past 4 years. This is the only time I didn't go to the Cowboys camp because I've been doing the Cowboys camp for the past 4 years. Besides this year, I didn't get to go, but I cut hair over there, and from there on it just branched out, and I have a couple closer friends like Rashad Penny, the
Yeah.
running back for
Running back.
Seattle.
Yep.
Uh, that's why I've known him for many years. His brother EJ Penny, uh, fullback for the Giants now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his brother. He's fullback there, and just those were like my first main, real close like family people.
So it kind of just started like for a while, and you still cut like people who aren't athletes. You still cut like
Oh
kids
yeah,
adults hair, but for a while you were just cutting like non-athlete hair.
love it. Yeah, this with the whole athletes thing, it just everybody's. It really took flight this year. This year was a really, really. A lot of people are just saying it's a really messed up year, and COVID and everything. But it's been a really great year for myself and my family, and things are growing. But career wise, yeah, this has got to be one of my best years.
It's interesting you said that. So, but there was a time when you couldn't cut hair though because of COVID, right? Like at the beginning.
Uh, you couldn't do it in a shop, but I have the whole setup at home, and you still got to get by. People don't
Right.
realize we still got to work. I had a lot of I didn't take nobody new clients, like I didn't take nobody, but athletes I was taking more and more. Like, hey, can you cut so and so? Can you cut so and so? And boom, it just kept going.
So where did you go to their house? Did they come to you? What was what was the situation?
Um, some of them come to my house. A lot of them come to my house. They've been here, and then a lot of times I go to them too. And then with them, it's a little better too because I don't go around. I'm not around a lot of people a lot. I'm just around really my kids and my girlfriend, and then when I go with the players, they get checked every day. So
Yeah, they're
I'm safe.
you're gonna know if they have
I'm
COVID.
safe. They're safe. Yeah,
They're
you're
running like
definitely gonna find out if they do.
they're getting a couple of COVID tests a week minimum.
Oh, they get it every day. They get it 7 days a week.
Oh, did they see? I should know that. Who do you think the most famous athlete you've cut is?
Um, I would say I cut Jalen Smith from the Cowboys, linebacker, and then
Pro bowler.
I cut Solomon Thomas now, 49ers DN,
Recently, yeah.
and that was my more recent. Josh Kelly, Kendrick. I mean, I don't even like. It's kind of hard to say because now they're starting to get more famous. So if
Yeah.
you say if you're saying like, oh, do you know Solomon Thomas? Oh, do you know Josh Kelly? Which one are you really gonna know? It just depends like where you're at, where you're located.
Very subjective,
But
yeah.
but Josh Kelly, that's my dog. He was drafted high, so you're gonna know the drafteds.
And he's playing. He's getting
And he's getting reps all the time. So it's just, it's fun. So I would have to say Josh Kelly.
Josh
To
Kelly.
answer your question,
I thought you were
Jalen Smith.
I thought you were gonna say, because we talked a little bit about this earlier. I thought you were gonna say like Lou Williams or like Matt Kemp from
Oh
the.
yeah, I mean, I forgot about this. Just I rarely see those guys now. But if you would say, well, I guess if you would just ask who I cut the famous, I'd say Matt Kemp.
Matt
I
Kemp,
mean, because everybody
former
loves
MVP.
everybody knows Matt Kemp. Everybody.
Pretty household name, I'd say. Yeah.
Cool dude. I still cut and talk to his uncle Carl Kemp. He's out of Long Beach.
Oh yeah, Matt Kemp is from around here. So I'm always curious about asking people in your industry and like retail, like, what are your thoughts on Yelp and like similar services, like reviewing services?
Like to use them.
Not like
Yelp.
not like for you, but like what do you think about it when like people use them?
I think it's a great thing.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a really great thing for me as a barber. Like I would always ask my clients, "Hey, bro, can you do me a favor? Give me a Yelp review. Give me a Yelp review." Everybody I met, and I've gained a hell of a lot of clients.
Through Yelp?
Hell of a lot through Yelp.
Wow.
I used to work 6-7 days a week when I started the Yelp thing, and now I work like 2.5 days a week.
Sure, you got a lot of time on your hands now.
Yeah, I do, but I got a lot of kids on my hands too. So it's like the time's there, but the time's not there.
What do you have, 6 kids?
6 kids, yes.
How do you manage
All this
it all?
is how do I manage that? It's just crazy. It's hard. Right now through the COVID, it's a little easier because we're stuck at home. Really, we go to the park here and there, but when it's not COVID, it's a little bit more rough. My daughter's travel ball. She plays softball, so that kind of gets us here, there, everywhere. And then everybody else got to go. They all got to go with us.
Yeah, pretty much. Are your kids like homeschooling or like are they online school, in school?
Zooms. They're
So
zooming.
Okay.
So we're doing that too. We're a teacher. Me and my girl, we're teachers here too.
Yeah, it's really forcing people to adapt.
It's rough. It gets rough, man. It gets really rough.
I couldn't teach a lot of, like, there's a lot of stuff, like I was only in high school like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back on like calculus, I took that in high school. I couldn't even begin it.
I wasn't even close to calculus, bro. I was struggling.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed because like a lot of people are in your situation and then they're figuring it out.
Yeah, I got it. I love it.
Good.
I love this stuff.
Good. So I was gonna say with Yelp, hasn't it? I mean, I understand what you like your side with like, asking people, hey, can you review me? Has it ever gone the other way for like where like for your business, let's say like you cut someone's hair up and like they just don't like it, not like you did anything wrong. It's just like they had like a specific image in their mind and it didn't quite go according to plan.
Sometimes
that way.
It hasn't happened with me, but I've seen it happen. Like, cause sometimes Yelp's a bad thing. It is. But for the most part, I think it's a great thing for businesses, and it helps. But you got to know too, where there's good, there's gonna be bad too. Not everybody's you can't satisfy everybody. So not everybody's you can think the haircut looks great. Person's not gonna like it, and they're gonna let the world know.
When people are mad about haircuts, they want to let everyone know.
Exactly.
And they're wearing a hat.
Exactly.
I was wearing a hat out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's what I always loved, seeing people in college wear hats for like 3 months at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Their hair's it's grown out from the haircut and they're still wearing a hat. Oh, I can't. Didn't cut me up right. Can't do it.
Yeah, like it's been a while, bro.
I think you're good now. I think you're fine. It's okay. So your shop, you said it's in, you're from Downey. Where's your shop?
Norwalk, California.
Is it Norwalk?
Mm-hmm.
So do these guys, do they ever come to your shop?
Yeah, a lot of guys come to the shop.
What's like are they recognized by like other people when they're in there?
Sometimes it just depends. I mean, they're normal guys, but when I cut some of the linemen though,
Well,
you see a 6'5", 6'6" guy come walking in, you're gonna be like, oh, he does something. He either plays football or basketball.
Yeah, and not too many guys are that big and not play.
Yeah, they're not that big. So when they come in, it's cool. When you got the receivers that come in and they're a little bit more skinnier, a little shorter, you know. But if you know football, you're gonna know who it is. Like when I had Kendrick go to my house, to the barber shop, and there was a couple 49ers fans just happened to be there. And they're like, "Oh, is that Kendrick Bourne?" So then you hear him talking, the shop talks. And then he pulls up, he's a little flashy. And then who else went to the shop?
Did
Just a couple of
did Joey Bosa come to the shop?
no.
I was gonna say I felt like if Joey Bosa came to the shop.
Joey Bosa has not had a haircut all quarantine.
He looks old too.
He hasn't had
I'm
a
sorry,
haircut.
I said Joey Bosa. I meant Nick Bosa.
No. Nope. They haven't had a haircut since the quarantine started.
Yeah, well, I've seen Joey Bosa, and he looks like he's just rocking.
Yeah, he's just rocking it. He's waiting.
He's going full blow.
I'm there with them, but he's holding it out. He's holding.
Have you ever felt starstruck from like a client?
So what? Starstruck?
Yeah, like you specifically.
I cut Alfred Morris, and when I was at the camp and I was cutting him, I didn't even really know who he was. He just kind of peeked his head into the door, and he was like, "This is where everybody getting haircuts." And everybody was sitting there. I was cutting Jalen at the time, and he's like, "Oh, I'm next." I gotta go. So he, finished Jalen. Alfred came out. I'm cutting his hair. This is Alfred. Introduced himself, and I was like, I'm lining him up, and I'm thinking like, Alfred Morris. I said, "Are you Alfred Morris?" I look at him like on the side, and he's like, "Yeah, Alfred Morris." I'm like, "Oh, shoot, man!" I shook his hand. It was just that. I think that at that time, that was like the biggest star I had cut, besides when it was Met Camp. But Alfred Morris was one of the biggest football players I've cut because he was a killer, like Pro Bowl with the Redskins, and he's super humble man.
I don't really remember much of him.
Yeah, he killer. No, he's number 46 with the Redskins, running back. Used to run over everybody.
I have like vague memories of him, and they're all very positive. I've had a couple moments with Chargers players where I've been like, I've been starstruck, and the reason I've been starstruck is because I was like I didn't expect to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And like the element of surprise. So I've told this story on the podcast before. I think I like 3 summers ago, I would say. Not 2 summers ago, I delivered food to Keenan Allen's house.
Mm-hmm.
Not expecting it to be Keenan Allen.
You open the door,
and then opened the door, and like I'm 5'11". He looked very tall to me. He says he's 6'3" online. He looked
6'3", 6'4", I think.
He looked much taller than that because I remember just craning my head a lot, like very up and like I had that moment that you had of like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And I'm like, and then I instead of thinking it, I went, Keenan Allen? Like I couldn't like separate my thoughts from my words.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah.
That's crazy. Like, I'll tell you, like the Alfred Morris, it was real. It was a real good feeling at that time. I was like, what the heck? I get to cut Alfred Morris? Like what? And then he just cool cat. They're all regular people. Everybody's regular people I cut. And I don't treat nobody different because of what you do. You come to my shop, you get the same prices as a regular person. That doesn't play football or doesn't play basketball or baseball. You're treated the same. You're a regular person.
It's good. Do you your shop? How many guys do you have in there cutting?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with me.
6 with you?
Yeah.
So all these guys, they usually like request you to cut their hair.
The athletes, yeah. They come straight to me. They either DM me or something, and I know they're coming. And I never tell nobody they're coming. I just kind of let them.
You can't do that. You can't, because then everyone's.
I let them.
Everyone's gonna be like,
they're gonna feel. I don't want it to be awkward when they come. So when they see him and they're just like, what the heck? Like, oh, he's a big guy. He must do something. Then it's like, I'll ask, or they ask me when they leave. Oh, did he play? I was like, oh yeah. Oh, why did you tell her? I was like, I'm not here to tell you. I'm just here to cut hair and cut their hair. That's it.
I had that moment in college. I went to college in Kansas,
Hmm.
and I was in Kansas City, and I was in a restaurant, and it was like a Saturday night, like before Chiefs game,
Mm.
and they were playing the Ravens the next day, and I saw an Uber pull up, two big dudes, like lineman, tight end types, linebacker, tight end types, pull up out of the Uber in Ravens gear, grab food and go, and people were realizing as they were in there, they're like, they're going to be playing the Chiefs tomorrow.
Yeah, they got a game.
So, but they were in and out of there so fast that like nobody was like fast enough to like stop them.
Mm.
But like it was basically, it was like the same thing where it's like everyone was like kind of like figuring stuff out in their head, and they were gone, and it was enjoyable. I was just staring. I was just like looking around like who's gonna realize.
Just stuck, huh?
I saw them in the car. I'm like, oh, I don't know who they are. I can't pull them their faces, but I know they're on the Ravens. And then eventually everyone's like, oh, dang, they're on the Ravens. Oh my God. And there's like the whispers are going around.
Yep, that's all you hear, even in the shop. Does he play football? Where does he play football at? I'm like, and you hear it, I just kind of laugh, just leave it at that. If they ask after, I tell them, yeah.
After when they're gone.
Yeah, so don't get bugged, Some people don't like to get bugged.
Why? Yeah, I mean, they're just people.
Yeah.
Did you cut any of the UCLA guys, USC guys?
Yeah, I cut the McLean brothers. One of them that just kind of got in trouble. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, they had the little thing going. He'll be all right. Lunar.
Okay, so you're much more in the professional.
Yeah, more of the league.
Did you realize how lucrative it can be, like kind of like cutting celebrities' hair? Because like certain rappers I've heard like literally bring people along with them. They bring like and like obviously they're getting paid like thousands of dollars a cut, possibly, you know what I mean? Like they're like top of the top of the hair cutting game. But
they just travel with them.
Yeah, they travel and they get paid a lot per cut. So did you realize how lucrative it was as an industry?
When I got into it, it was it wasn't like it is now. Like I've been cutting, this is my 13th year. So when I started, it was a little bit low. It wasn't such a high demand. Like you say you're a barber, it's like barbers don't make no money, or you know what I mean? It's like, but now it's like the thing to do. Like, oh, barbers are dope. Like they make their schedules and they do what they want, and I do. I do make my schedule. I do what I want. But it took time to do that, though. It wasn't just like, oh, I've been cut for 2 years. I've been damn. I'm the shit. I ain't gotta do nothing. It takes. I used to work 6, 7 days a week.
I feel like there was a certain point where like you were talking about, where like when you started cutting these guys' hair, like it wasn't as big a deal like as it is now.
Oh no, I was just talking cutting in general. Like back when I barely started, it wasn't trying to be a barber wasn't the best career to go, And now everybody want to be a barber.
It's a little more glamorous now.
Yeah, it's see, but they just see the glamour. That's all they see. They don't see the sitting. Yeah, they don't see the sitting there for 3 years and trying to build your client. They just see he's over there cutting people. Like he's cutting him, he's cutting him. Like I've been done a lot. So it's been a rough road.
Right. So talk a little more about that. When you started 13 years ago, when you started, like how do you even like not don't even like without even talking about like the athletes you cut, how do you even build a client base as a barber?
Man, you got to be in the shop. You got to be in the shop. You got to be willing to just grind it, because barbering is not just you got to have the person trust you. The person's got to trust you with their hair when they walk in the shop. And if they don't see you in the shop, or they go in there in the shop and you're never there, but you're there randomly and they see you and it's like, no, I'm good. You ain't never here. I don't even know who you are. But then it's just getting the trust and relationships and communicating with the client. I've got clients that I've cut for about 11 years. They never went nowhere else. And I've got clients that I've cut 10, 11 years that they probably went somewhere else one time. And that's just how it is. But it's only the relationship though. It's a relationship. It's a strong thing.
So was there a lot of like at first when you're like just in the shop waiting, like you see all these people going like other barbers and you're waiting for just someone to cut? Was there a lot of like you got that haircut because, you know, whatever they hadn't reserved an appointment or whatever it is, and then like you were just there.
Oh yeah.
And you were there so often that they kept on coming in, seeing you. They're like, okay, he gave me a good cut. They have the memory the first of the good cut, and they kept on coming. You just you're physically there. Was there a lot of that?
Yep. There was a whole lot of that. Those days I go, oh, do you need an appointment? You got an appointment? Oh yeah, what's so and so? Oh, okay, cool, no problem. And when days and days like that, and I just get in the people that were, oh yeah, no, I don't got an appointment. I'll take you, come on, boom. Just give them a nice little haircut, you know? And then, oh, okay, you know, see you whenever. And then next same thing, you know. But it's just once people see that you can cut, then they'll trust you a little bit, you know? It's like, okay, maybe he could cut me too.
It's super important.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen people wait hours.
Yeah.
In the shop.
I used to do that I used to do like no appointments. I used to just do like just walk-ins, you know, and people would come and just waited 2 hours for me. And but now I'm not, you're in and out of my chair in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes top.
Really? You work that fast?
Yes. In my shop, I'm like, it's like about 15, 20 minutes a cut.
That's super impressive. Like I don't remember ever getting a haircut in 15, 20 minutes.
You gotta come check me out. I'll hook you up in 20 minutes.
I guess so. Like not like it's ever taken that long, but like minimum 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
and you know what? And I don't try. I don't try to like, okay, I'm gonna do this one at 15. I don't try to push you out of my chair because that's one thing I don't want you to feel like he's just
super cuts thing right there.
Yeah, you know, I don't want them to feel like I'm rushing you to get out my chair. Like, okay, you just want my money because it's far from that. I don't need your $40, but I do want you to come back when like, oh dang, why would you want to wait? Why would you want to be in a chair for an hour and I can do it in 20 minutes and probably a little better, and you can get it in 20 minutes. Boom! All right, thank you, bro. You know, go about your day.
Do you find that people, because like I feel like people equate length of haircut, like how long you're in the chair, with quality of haircut, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like even when I hear you say like 15, 20 minutes, to me that I that's like a warning bell goes off in my head. Like that's my first reaction.
Like, dang, he's gonna mess me up.
Yeah, well, you're thinking, oh, he's gonna move too fast. He's too, because you have barbers, you have like your supercuts, your sports clips, you have like these shops that are like they're all about they're like a numbers game, right? Like get as many people out.
Yep, because like the supercuts and all that, that's they're hourly, you know, so they just get out, you know, get on.
Yeah, they won't even cut the back of your head sometimes because like you can't see it.
Yeah, they're like, he ain't gonna see it. Chances of him looking back there probably very.
You're not wrong. I mean, I can't see it, so. So what do you? So like, was that something that you had to kind of work around at first? Because people were like, I feel like there would have been people in your shop, right? And they're seeing you cut a dude up in 20 minutes, and they're like,
even to the.
You know,
to this day I cut like, you know, 15, 20 minutes, and yes, I'll cut like 4 guys, 4 guys, you know, and then there'll be the other barbers that are just finishing up one, and their clients look like they got nice. I got like, you know, and just, you know, it just depends on how everybody else feels. My clientele, they just do not like to wait. They're in and out, boom, boom. Like, oh, if I'm taking a little bit longer, they're like, bro, what's taking long?
If you're taking 25 minutes, like, why are you so
they start. They're like, bro, I gotta go. They're like, oh, shit, my bad.
That's so interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're literally the first person I've ever heard say like that you can cut in 20 minutes. So
and that's chilling. That's not even trying to rush you. That's just
that's why I'm so like shell shocked right now. I'm like, what? 20 minutes? It's impossible. Can't do it. So I mean, it was that what do you think that was kind of how you became popular amongst athletes, just because, they're not.
When I do house calls and stuff, I try not to go like I don't try to go fast, but I mean it's still like I'll go to their house. I do house calls and it's like okay, I'll be here for 20 minutes. Boop, 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 boop. And I try not to be, but I I don't want to take up too much of their time either, and I just try not to go fast, but it just happens to be fast. But I always have them look in the mirror.
Right.
Go to the restroom. I tell them go to the restroom, bro. Check out the mirror, see what's wrong. What? No, come back. Boom, bam, perfect. All right, we out of here. Thank you.
Do you feel like some of these people you cut, like, are they like family to you, like athletes?
Yeah,
Like, you cut for so long that you've built such that you just interwoven such like close relationships.
yeah, because I see a lot of my clients more than I see some of my family. You know, really, I just see my kids a lot,
Oh,
and that's really it. But I do see athletes a lot. I see them at least once a week. And like I told you, like I said, it's just relationships. I build a relationship with them. I have guys that come to my house. We eat steaks, just dinner and chill, play games, play card games. So it's just more like family now. At first, like it's like okay, it's business. You kind of
right.
hang out, get to know them, and then just go to the crib, bro. All right, cool. And they're just like family.
I remember getting a haircut as like in college, and I was talking to the guy about sports, and like
Mm-hmm.
and he said to me, he's like, I don't really follow sports. He's like, but I should, because then I'll have like more stuff to talk about
Mm-hmm.
with clients. So is
Mm-hmm.
that something that like is kind of relatable, where it's like, do you kind of get immerse yourself in certain areas so you can relate to people on different topics, or is that not something you try to do too much of?
I try. I try to just talk to them, because I mean, barbers are like they're like therapists too,
Yeah.
because sometimes the client will have a bad day, like man, bro, like I got this going on, and you just got to listen, just be their ear, and then sometimes they want your feedback, or your opinion on things going on, but sometimes like I have some clients going through things, and I'm going through the same thing. It's like, bro, like man, I thought it was just me, and they're like, nah, it's not only you, it's just it's cool, and then you just kind of just talk. But that again too, that's just the relationship you build with the people. Sometimes I got clients I've been cutting for a long time too, and they just say it's kind of quiet. They like the quietness. Like, all right, bro, thank you, man. I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, no problem, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Some people just enjoy the like serenity
Exactly.
like
That's I do.
the only thing you could hear is like a razor,
Because
essentially.
I love it. When I get a haircut, whenever I can get a haircut, I just sit there. I close my eyes and I just relax. Like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for to sit down and just get a haircut and relax. No kids, nothing. Just cut everything out and just sit there.
Do you do you know how to cut your own hair?
Yes, yeah,
But
I
you
do.
don't know, or you do?
Yeah, I cut it pretty good, but I cut too much. I cut too much hair to be like, okay, I'm gonna cut mine. I rather relax. I rather give some of my money than to I just relax.
I get it. It's yeah. It's for sure. Like you like if you're cutting your own hair, which is something I've never understood. You cut the back of your head, but I'm sure you know how. It's you got to focus up. There's no
Everything's backwards.
there's no relaxation in cutting your own hair, because you got to like always be paying attention.
Yep.
But yeah, so I understand that too. Do you want your kids to cut hair? Or is that like not something for you?
I talked to my oldest. I talked to my oldest about it, and she sometimes she's interested, sometimes they're not. And whatever they do, they do. Yeah. If I get one that does, cool. If not, then what can you do?
Yeah, sure. How old is your oldest?
My oldest is 12. It's my
Oh,
daughter.
okay. Yeah, still figuring it all out then. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all young, so they'll watch. Sometimes they mess around, but yeah, nothing crazy. My oldest is 12. My youngest is 5 months.
Wow. That's a big age difference right there. That's serious.
Yeah, it's a big gap.
So what do you have they like picked up any skills from like watching or like you teaching?
Nah, because they'll come watch for a couple seconds and then leave like nothing ever happened. But they do like, we sit down, on Sunday sometimes they're sitting with me watching. I would try to watch all the Charger games and just they'll say, "Oh, Dad, whose hair do you cut?" And so there he is right there, so. So that's pretty cool. That's always the blessing where I get to hear that, and they get to tell their friends, "Oh, my dad cuts them. My dad cuts them." And that's at the end of the day, like that's why I do it. Like I do it to satisfy them, and it's dope to hear them say it. Like they get to tell their friends, like, "Who your dad never met them. My dad knows all of them."
Yeah. Do you feel so like you cut like a lot of the Chargers players?
Hmm.
Like, do you think at any team you're for sure cutting the most over there?
Yeah, yeah, most definitely.
Do
And then
you
once all this COVID stuff, I'll be inside the facility, like for sure.
you're inside
I'm already in.
the one in Orange County?
Yes, sir. Once all this COVID is done, I'll be right in there.
Yeah.
I already got the okay, and they already let the players know. Just hey, just let Junior know that he's in here once COVID and stuff clears up. We're gonna need him in here.
Were you going to the hotel in training camp?
Yes, sir.
You were going to the Marriott in Irvine and cutting and doing it over there?
Yep. I go to different floors. Go to 16. I go to 4. I go back to 12. Go to 8. Go to 9.
Got all your stuff with you ready to go.
Yep. I got to take my backpack, pack it up,
Yeah.
roll out.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I mean, I know they're not letting anybody in the facility right now.
No, then nobody gets in there.
No,
Players and
it's quite
coaches.
secure. It's quite secure, and they're quite strict about it, as they should be.
Yeah.
It should be. Do you So I mean, are you a Chargers fan? Like, who are your teams?
You know what? Shoot, man. At heart, growing up, I'm a Raider fan,
Sure.
and so the whole transition, it's not even like I'm transitioning. I'm low-key, I've been pushing to a Charger fan, bro. To be honest with you.
Tough. I've been.
It's hard.
Life.
Oh yeah.
It's tough. It's difficult watching them.
Oh man, yeah, that'll be a Charger fans. Like I tell you, like I've been a Raider fan my whole life, and but I'm always with the guys and hanging out, cutting their hair, going to the games. Chargers pay my bills. Chargers pay my
They kind
bills.
of do though.
They and then now it's like minus the bills. It's like more. They're just like my family. I hang out with them. It's more family. It's like, man, boom, I'm going to the game. I'm here at the game. Got my Charger game. Boom, I watch the Charger game every week. Like loyalty. Like I'm a Chargers fan. I ain't never told nobody that though. So
Are you a Chargers fan? Well,
I'm a
you
Chargers fan.
don't want to like get your stuff. You don't want to like be kicked out of your own family if I say you're not a Raiders fan.
Nah, I always had love for the Raiders, bro. But I mean, this is just where I'm at now. Like my point in life, my career, it's just shifting. I cut 0 Raiders.
Well, of course.
I cut a whole lot of Chargers, and I was just shifting this way, and it's fun. I like it.
But the Raiders also they moved to Vegas, and I feel like that has to like. I felt really bad. I felt really bad for like Oakland, honestly, because like they lost the Golden State Warriors to San Francisco recently.
Yeah.
They're losing all these teams, and it's like they're losing part of their city.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Raiders were so ingrained in Oakland.
Well, they were there for years, long time.
And then Vegas.
No, boom, they're gone.
They don't care about football. They care about betting in Vegas. They don't care about football.
No, I think I don't know. It's a weird move, but stadium's nice.
The stadium's killer. The stadium's amazing. That's the only reason I want to go to a game.
Oh, me too.
It's not even about the Raiders.
I'll be in there. I'll be there next year.
Yeah, they're not doing attendance, I don't think, this year.
No, they ain't doing anything. Chargers are going up there too.
So, like, right now, like, there's the jersey above you, Joshua Kelly, UCLA, from LA, I think.
Yeah, it's out this way. It's up north.
Yeah, so from LA, near LA, UCLA, Chargers. do you find yourself like rooting for him a lot more? Like, do you find yourself like rooting for like specific guys because like these guys?
Yeah, I see them all the time. And when, like I said, I watch them, and I want them to do great.
Yeah,
I want them all to do great. I want them all to be winning. Everybody. But yeah, I root up for all of them. Even when they played the Raiders the other day, I was mad they lost, but
they lose every week. It's not that good.
it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard because
they'll be all right because they're so good.
That's what I was gonna say. It's hard because they have a good roster.
They have
it's not
injuries kill. Injuries hurt them though too.
Of course, yeah, the injuries hurt them, but it's like they have a good roster. They like can't finish games or like they can't hold leads or like it's a lot of like psychological stuff.
It's little things.
Yeah, it's a lot of little things building up, which makes you lose. So that's hard to watch that, but I could go on about this, for hours. I watch every game too, so it's one of those things that just fandom. That's why fandom's so tricky because like even when your team's bad, like this year the Chargers are like what 2-6, 2-7 as of today, Sunday, November
27,
15th.
November, 15th.
Yeah. So it's like even like when they're bad, like you still feel such a connection to them that you're gonna keep on watching.
Oh yeah, of course. Like at the end of the day, like their family. Hey, you lose, shit. It sucks you lost, bro. But hey, you're gonna get to play this game next week, and you're gonna keep pushing. Like life keeps pushing. Like I tell them all, like when they're hurt or something, I talk to them and I'm cutting them or whatever. Like I tell them, I take care. Just make sure you take care of yourself because they're young. They're like 22, 23, 20, 25. I just tell them take care. Make sure you get yourself right, and because there's life after football. You're not gonna play football for 50 years.
Yeah, it's interesting to say that. So, like talking because you cut obviously a lot of injured players' hair.
A lot of injured.
Yeah, like
my boy just came back. My boy just came back. Justin Jones. He just came back a couple weeks ago
on the Chargers. Justin.
Yeah, right. 93.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, let's just take Justin Jones for example. I don't know if you cut his hair recently. I don't know what the deal is, but like when these guys are injured for like long periods of time, like what do you and they're cutting their hair and it's like you talk about like having a bad day. Like it could be a bad day. You're rehabbing. You want to play. There's a psychological side to like being injured. What do you see? Do you see like? Are they fine mentally?
They're fine. They're doing what they love. Not everybody can say they do what they love for a living, but I mean they're okay. They just say they're taking one day at a time. You can't rush an injury. Yeah, you can't rush an injury. Just take it one day at a time and just hopefully they get ready and on time and fast, but make sure you get it.
Right. Okay, that's fair. Do you cut Austin Eckler? Oh, he's bald. What am I saying?
No, he got a bald head.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I've never seen him with hair. It's
a lot of people. There's a few people that don't, like Keenan. I met him, but I never cut him.
Well, what are you gonna cut?
He's got a bald head, So it's
no disrespect to Keenan, but
yeah, that's fine.
He's been bald for 5 years, something like that. He's one of those people that must have been balding from like the time he was 18.
I have a friend that did that. I was like, oh my gosh, bro.
I feel bad.
It sucks.
Like a lot of people make it work. Like they make it a look and like they pull it to their advantage.
Yeah, some people. They just fit it. They make it work. Like this is what it is. This is what I am. Like, but you can't fight fate.
oh no, of course not. But it's like I tell my friends like jokingly, I'm like my best physical feature is my hair. That's what I tell my friends. I don't know if it is. I'm just saying that.
You just say that, yeah.
I'm 23. If I started balding like tomorrow, I'd be upset. I'd be like, even like very slowly balding. I'd be like, what?
I had a friend that started balding. He was 19, bro. And I was like, dang, I didn't even know what I would do if I was 19 losing my hair.
Yeah. I mean, you're not balding now, are you?
No, I got a full set.
Yeah, oh my God. No worry there. No worry there. That's a full
No,
house
not
there, man.
yeah, not yet, but time due
It'll be
process. My dad got a full set, so he just received a little bit, but I think it'll stay around for a little bit. I want some dreads, so who knows? Dreads make it come out faster.
You want dreads?
I want dreadlocks. Yep. So
How long do you have to grow out your hair for that?
I could probably go get some now. They'll just be short dreads. My hair comes to like probably my chin, but I mean, my girl's like, you ain't getting no dreads, blah blah blah.
It's
We'll see.
it's tough to pull off dreads.
It is. I've wanted them my whole life, and
Yeah.
growing up, I just never had the time, or my dad and them wouldn't let me grow dreads. But I'm grown now, so I'm like, I'm gonna grow dreads. Or I'm gonna try.
Do you have clients that like, or have you had people that like they don't explain? They're like very vague in explaining what they want you to do.
Yeah, you get that too, but it's like, shit. So you say that. So like a couple weeks ago, I had a client been cutting them for a long time, about 3 years, and he wanted a certain number. I gave him what he wanted, but I was letting him know before I did it that it was really short. I said, bro, this is a really short number. It's really short. He's like, nah, I do this I do it at home. This is what I use at home. I'm like, well, what you doing here, bro? Like, go cut it at home. And and he was just like, no, that's what I use. I said, bro, number 8 is really short. He's like, nah, go ahead and do it. I said, fuck it. It's your hair, not mine. His hair was white boy, kind of long. I said, all right. Chopped it off, gave him a taper, line up. This fool's like, bro, you fucked my hair, bro. And I'm like,
You told me to do.
I even told you it was short. I said, I just did what you wanted, bro. I got tired of hearing you say no, so I just did it. That's what you wanted? Okay, fuck it. It's just your hair. And but whatever. He gave me a bad review. And I was like, bro, like he was just immature about the whole situation. It's like, bro, I gave you what you wanted. You got mad. Like, I don't know. So I was just like, whatever. I ain't tripping.
I don't know if you heard about this, but there's a guy pre-pandemic, I should say. This is all pre-pandemic. Who in Miami who cuts all these dudes' hair on the Miami Marlins and like all these and like of course previous to the pandemic, I guess he rented out a space in the Marlins stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So when all these visiting players come in, they get haircuts from him too.
Oh, that's dope. See, so how I work. So the way I'm working is, or how I want it to be, like because I started cutting Solomon Thomas, right? I want, if you're a star or an athlete in kind of sport,
Yeah.
I want it to be once you touch down to LA, I want it to be a thing, if that makes sense. If you're coming to LA,
You come
hey,
to
I gotta go see Barber562 real quick before I start my day. Or I want it to be, okay, I dropped, I gotta come see him real quick, get this haircut. I gotta see what the hype is, That's what I want it to be.
Goal. That's like what you want to be known as.
Yeah, like, hey, man, once I'm in LA, oh, yo, can you cut me? Yep, on my way. That's where I want it to be.
Yeah, I like it.
And there's no reason why it can't be, bro. Because I'm not cocky. I'm far from cocky, but I cut some dope hair.
You just you know your worth in the haircutting game.
Yeah. Yes. So, and when it gets put out, like I want everybody to, once you come, you got to stop by. Just hit me up. I'll pull up. You pull up to me, whatever it is. But if you're somebody and you coming to LA, make that a point.
Do you think that's starting? Do you think it's becoming that a little bit?
Yeah, it actually is. It's starting to get there, and it feels dope though. It feels really good that people recognize that and they make it a point to say, hey, who cut your hair that one time you were here? Oh, Soto. Like Kendrick, he got shot to me by somebody else, and Solomon got shot to me from somebody else on the team. Like, and it's crazy how that worked, was because they, their agents know each other, or something with the agents, and one of K White, Kazir White from the Chargers.
Yeah.
he had, he shot my information to the agent. Agent gave to Solomon. Solomon DM me. So it was a whole process, to how Solomon reached out to me, and it felt super dope because Solomon's a cool ass dude, and I like to meet and meet people and see how they are, you hear a bunch of different things about stars. Oh, he's an asshole, or he's cool, or oh yeah, he's not cool. And the only asshole I probably ever met in my life was and maybe I don't even know but he was just asshole that day. I don't know. Billingsley, remember Chad Billingsley?
The pitcher on the Dodgers.
Yeah, and that was only one time I seen him and met him. And actually, I took my cousin to the game, and it was just like, "Oh, Chad, can you sign my autograph?" And he told my cousin, "I don't do autographs." He kept walking.
Wow.
And I was like, "What?"
I hope he was just having a bad day.
I was hoping he was having. I was like, "Man." So my cousin was like, "Man, bro, like that sucks." I was like, "I got you." I said, "Matt's gonna come out right now. I'll give you a picture and an autograph." So he got a picture and autograph with Matt Camp. He was like, "All right, cool, that's better."
I've seen that. I was in Baltimore like as a kid at a Baltimore Orioles Angels game. Get there super early with my dad and my brother, and we're waiting to get autographs. And I don't know if you remember this dude, Mike Napoli.
Oh yeah. Angels. Yeah. Catcher.
Yeah, right. Catcher, played in the league for like a super long time. He's signing all
these first base. Yeah,
first base.
Yeah, he's stayed for a while.
Yeah. He's signing all these kids like autographs. He has like these friends from like his actual friends come up to him. And then he's like, "All right, bye." And me and my brother are still waiting. And we were kids, and my brother got so offended. He was like, "Mike Napoli, I don't like him anymore." I'm like,
it sucks,
It's like that, okay?
It sucks.
It does, yeah, especially when you're a kid. But no, I for sure.
And don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure the guys get tired too. It's like,
have you seen?
I got to sign all the time.
Have you seen how what happens when Mike Trout enters the stadium or the field?
It goes crazy. Because I've seen it at games, but I mean, I've been riding. I went to Seattle last year. With Rashad Penny, I stayed with him at his house, and I was in his car when we went to the game, and people just come at his car, like knocking on his the window.
On Rashad
I was like, "Damn, bro, you did go through this every." Yeah, wow. I was like, "Bro, you do this every day. Like everywhere I go, bro, it sucks." But it's like, what can you do? Like it sucks, but it sucks that to be a star, and it sucks to not be a star.
Right. I mean, you can't guys like I guess Rashad Penny. You can't please everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't.
It's just like
sometimes you just got to keep it going. Like when he's here at home in Norwalk, it is not like that though. And everybody knows him because he's from Norwalk High. Rashad but it's Penny not like how it was in Seattle. Yeah, he's from Norwalk, California.
Yeah, and I hope Chad Billingsley. I hope Chad Billingsley was just having a bad.
And day. I just really hope he had a bad day. It was just a bad day.
I really hope so.
But I was like, damn,
not do autographs as a baseball player. That's tough. That's a lot.
We're in the tunnel, so it's not. I mean, we're where the players come out. We're downstairs, and we're just waiting for. I was waiting for. I don't even know who I was waiting for. Brady. I was waiting for Bobby Brady to come out, and I just happened to see Matt, so my cousin got a picture with Matt Camp and his autograph. But Chad, he was just like, "I don't do that," and I was like, "Bro, in my mind, I'm just like, bro, you act like we just we're here with players, we're not just some regular people, we're here with players waiting, But he was like, no."
Very interesting, very very odd, honestly. I feel like most athletes are I feel like you have your jerks every once in a while. But for the most part, they're just regular,
pretty straight.
They're nice guys, nothing too out of the ordinary about them. Because I met Denzel Perriman on the Chargers.
Oh yeah.
A couple years ago, I delivered.
He's
cool dude. Huge. He's he's really really muscular. and and I caught him. I delivered food to his house, and as I was leaving, I saw this big truck come behind me, and I'm like, I feel like he's in. I knew it was his house, and I'm like, I feel like he's in the truck.
Mhm.
He was in the truck, and I got a picture of him, and then he shook my hand,
Mhm.
and his hands were the same height, so we're seeing eye level, but his hand was so big that it engulfed my hand. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's how an NFL linebacker is going to be.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Like even if you're not a tall guy, he's just a solid
240,
guy.
5'10", 5'11", 240. Amazing, honestly. It's amazing seeing size.
Firm too.
Very firm, very muscular, just very just very impressive seeing someone be built that way, honestly.
Mhm.
I'm
And everybody I cut, bro, everybody I cut is cool as heck.
They're cool.
Yeah, every person I cut, from D lines to DBs to linebackers to receivers, everybody I've come in contact with has been cool as hell. I can't say one's like a jerk because they're
Nah, I wouldn't recommend that. You used to cut Sam Decker's hair when he was on the Clippers, right?
cool as hell.
Right. I'm gonna ask you that
Yes.
because I don't know if you heard about what J.R. Smith said about him.
No.
They
No, what did he say?
So J.R. Smith was on a podcast,
Huh.
and he said, and so Sam Decker played on the Cavaliers briefly when in J.R. Smith's last season
Yes.
Cavs, so they were teammates for like a little bit, couple months.
Yeah.
So J.R. Smith goes on the podcast and he says something to the point of like I've been cool with all my teammates except Sam Decker. And these guys are like, what? Like, what's wrong with Sam Decker? And he goes, well, he's so unaware of his white privilege that like something to the point of like he's so unaware of his white privilege that like you couldn't even have a conversation with him about it.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't really go in, but Sam Decker is cool as hell. Man, he's cool as hell. One of the coolest people. I'm telling you, every time I've cut him, everything's been straight. I've taken my daughter, I've taken my son, my oldest daughter, my oldest son. I've taken them with me to the facility, and they met players. You know, everything's straight with him, and and kudos to him and Miss Harlan. Well, his wife Olivia.
He got
Olivia
married,
Decker.
right?
They're just they got married a couple years ago, and they're both cool as heck, real nice, humble people, and like I never seen a problem with them at all. I mean, I've taken my kids around them and everything.
Part of me was saying, well, like J.R. Smith is known to be like controversial. Because part of me was also like, why would you?
Yeah, just different things he does.
Part of me is also like regardless like your opinions about Sam Decker, why would you blow up a guy's spot like that?
Yeah, that's like it's not that serious. Unless it just makes you feel better about yourself or something. I don't know.
Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know Sam Decker. Maybe he's like that. I'm just saying, it seemed like very odd to me that like it seemed odd to me that he would just go after someone like a specific individual like on that level.
Shout out to Bothering Strangers for having me on the podcast. Man, this is the first time I've ever been on one. Pretty dope.
Thank you.
Just follow me, Barber562 on Instagram. I'm not really on Facebook. I'm on it, but I just Barber562 on IG.
It's the number. Yeah. It's the numbers 562, right?
Yeah. It's at Barber562. Yes.
And where's your shop at?
I'm located in Norwalk, California.
And what's
it called? Barbers of Norwalk.
Barbers of Norwalk in Norwalk, California. Yep. Barber562 on Instagram and Facebook if that's your thing.
I'm gonna have to follow you too. I'm gonna have to follow the podcast, but I don't even know if I follow podcasts.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll check out. Other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me bother you.
Man, nah, man, thank you, man. Blessings. Never, man. Whenever you want to talk about anything, I'm always open like
Thank
fuck.
you. Thank you so much. It's nice to hear that. Follow the podcast on Instagram at Bothering Strangers, and follow me on Instagram as well at MaxHearing1. And thank you for listening. Thank you to my guest, Barber562. And stay safe.
Man, thank you for having me.